the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Hi, race fans. Welcome back live here at Texas Motor Speedway. Well, big track, big state. I always say they got big cows, too. Got a lot of big steaks here. But we got big power on the track again and a big field here tonight. Extreme Motorsports 99.com Xfinity Series. Well, Joe White up here in the booth, accompanied by the legendary man himself, Tim McBriar. Tim, how you doing?
Doing great, Joe. How are you tonight?
Yeah, I'm pretty good, man. I tell you what, we're getting geared up here to do some racing. We had a pretty good race last night at Texas. We ought to have a really good one here tonight with the Xfinity cars. I'm looking forward to it now. Biggest difference between the Cup car and the Xfinity car. Obviously, the Cup car, this car here, first off, probably, I'm looking at these times out here, and man, I'm going to tell you, Nick Hunt's sitting on pole. But all the way throughout this whole entire field, Tim, 30 drivers. There's not a second separating. It's only a half second separating the whole field.
If they have a crash like that, it's going to be a big one, ain't it?
Pretty much, you might as well say we're on a plate track here at a 1.5 mile style here. So, Nick Hunt, excuse me, I choked up by a minute, but Nick Hunt, the defending Xfinity Series champ, is going to see if he can't defend this thing here this season. He's already won one race in the actual the Cup Series here at Extreme. He's going to see if he can't put it in the winner column here for tonight, maybe for the Xfinity.
Nick Hunt's a good driver now, Joe. You know how Nick drives. He's a laid-back driver. He's always got that one hair slicked back.
In line. Maybe he's got some good go-fast grease in it here tonight. We'll have to see. We're winding down here in qualifying, folks. Get set, get everything, man, taken care of. It's about to be a very, very good race. Appreciate everybody tuning in. It's got about a minute to go. Tim, what do you think we're going to see here tonight with these close times?
Well, to start with, Joe, these cars right here are going to be able to bunch up a lot easier than we did last night. Your Xfinity cars can suck up better than the Cup cars, and they're going to be to start with, it's going to be pretty hectic till they get about 4 or 5 laps on that tire.
Absolutely, and I think that's probably going to be the norm. I'm going to agree with you on that one. I think these cars definitely will. They draft better, suck up better, definitely handle a lot better. And with the times that we're seeing out here, it's going to be off. What I'm seeing here, track position is probably going to be, usually we talk about tire wear, but I think track position, and a lot of these guys might get into trouble. I see we have some people filing in already. Good to see everybody tuning in here tonight. It's going to be a good one here as we got a couple seconds left before we grid them up here at Texas Motor Speedway. It has been a good week here racing at Extreme and here at OSRN. Hope everybody has enjoyed it. Sit back, relax, man. We got 133 of this place. Hopefully, if it goes by a green flag, Tim, we won't be too bad off.
That's right, Joe. Maybe we'll see a good race tonight. We didn't have 2 cautions last night, and let's see if we can do that tonight. Keep it, keep it real nice and respect the driver beside you. Give it take a little bit, and hey, take it easy.
Yeah, and here's the thing too, though. I loved last night. Obviously, a lot different than what it is here tonight. I look at the times being here as we're getting set to grid these guys up. So I'm with you. They're going to have to be a lot more patient here tonight. But let's grid them up here as Nick Hunt puts it on pole out front. Hunter McDaniel's going to start in second. Third place starter Richie Evans. Mike Rollmanger starting in fourth. Fifth place Michael Thwaites. Sixth place starter Scott Liss Rambler. It's got a whole bunch of names in his there. And seventh place starter John T. Wimbish. Gary May starting at 8th. Ninth place man Steve Dukes. And Bob Haynes rounds out the top 10. Look to the rest of it here, man. We have got an all-star field here tonight.
We got a great starting field tonight there, Joe, if we can just keep them there and don't have no big one. You know what I'm talking about. Hello, everybody out there in chat.
I gotta, and I gotta agree with you, and reason we're bringing that up so much is because, one, the difference in this car and the difference in how the sense of speed, and a lot of times it can kind of fake you out. It makes you feel like you can make a move that you can't. But the time difference here, folks, I mean, you gotta look. And when I get done here with this grid, I'm gonna just give you an idea of what we're looking at with 30 machines out here on the track here tonight. Nick Hunt put a time down of let me bring up the chart. Nick Hunt put a time down of 28.9. You can see all the way back 29.4. But John Gonzalez, that's Tim. That's only like a half to 6/10 between the whole entire field. That's close.
That is close. That's as close as you're going to get right there, Joe. I tell you what, buddy, that's going to call for a good race tonight, though. They're going to be able to run together, and we're going to see a good race.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's get these things, man, rolling here. Pace cars sitting out there and about to get set to make them roll around one time and get us set going. Green flags. Good to see Travis Pryor and them back out there. I know they have been out sick in a while, and obviously Pat T out there pulling them on. I did message Travis the other week. I said I would just to see, make sure he was okay. And he just said it was okay. Obviously was feeling under the weather.
I heard that. Hello there, Pat, Kathy, Brent, every one of y'all.
All right, let's get
Good
this
to
thing
see y'all.
This thing started here tonight. Nick Hunt right there on the outside, the 75 machine. Hunter McDaniel, there's another guy. Keep an eye on him. Definitely could pull this thing off here tonight. We got a lot of guys out here I think they could pull this thing out.
I'll tell you what, Joe, Hunter McDaniel do one. He has been so close, but no cigar.
Oh, yeah. Coming into turn 4. Let's get this thing started. We're about to go racing here at the big state of Texas. ExtremeMotorsports99.com, Xfinity Series, pace cars out of turn 4. We'll drop off and let these heavy hitters, man, take to the green flag as it's about to fly, and we're rumbling here at Texas.
Boy, I tell you what, Hunter McDaniel didn't waste no time there, did he?
No, he did not, and Nick Hunt got a good jump, which, I mean, he's obviously going to get a good jump, being the man out front right there. But Hunter McDaniel, he pops up in the second place with Richie Evans and Mike Rollmanger. I tell you, there's the guy's had an up-and-down season here in the Xfinity Series, but keep your eye on it. He definitely knows what needs to do. Scott Liss right there behind him. Michael Thwaites up there. You got John T. Wimbish and Steve Dukes. Rob Haynes and Travis Pryor pulls up in the top 10.
Boy, I tell you what, they got it lined up back there.
Yeah, everybody's kind of single file, but you already can see these guys are nose to tail, Tim. There's really not a lot you can do passing-wise. There's not a lot, nowhere you can go. I do not think you're going to see a guy come from the back and just blast through the front here tonight. It's just so, everybody is so equal. I think pit strategies might play a factor here.
I believe it will too, Joe. If we have a long green flag run, fuel could come into effect too.
Absolutely. Looks like Travis is off the pace just a little bit. He's caught up on a high line. Gonna have to see if he can't get right there in between Dustin Hart and company, but he's caught up high. There you see Bryce Senesac. Tommy Haynes in the mix. Here comes Brent Cool back there, but you can just see everybody single file. It's really just nothing you can do. You're kind of just at this point, kind of almost just riding.
That's about it right now. They ain't got enough of heat in them tires yet, Joe.
Absolutely. Nick Hunt's got a 3/10 lead out front. Hunter McDaniel's trying to run him down. A little bit of gap there in between to Richie Evans, but boy, he's got a freight train behind him right there. I mean, you can see guys pull up on the bumper. But getting there and then just passing, that's going to be the hard thing.
They're going to be able to get up to them, but like you said, Joe, if they're in the line, the one behind them needs, it's going to be hard to get around them.
Absolutely. Going to see if John T can make this pass. I do feel like that inside lane is where you're going to have to get, and everybody's going to try to protect it. If you get, kind of stuck up there on the high line like you see Scott right there, you're probably going to fall back a little bit as you see Steve Dukes. There's another guy. Boy, I just got to, man, he's had fast machines. He gets up here, but it seems like it's almost like with Davey Hendricks, always ends up getting in just some sort of trouble.
Steve Dukes got a good car out there tonight if he can just keep it clean.
Absolutely. Who's got radicals going on, man? We ain't got no radicals out here. What's wrong with you? We got a bunch of maybe radicals drivers out here right now. Good battle here between Scott and Steve. They're going to duke it out a little bit side by side. You can do that for a while. We're only 7 laps in. I got a feeling, this car will allow you to do that. See, actually, John T. Wimbish go around Mike Rollmager. That's another guy. Mike is just one of them. Not going to use his stuff up. I think he loves long green flag runs.
Well, he just got up and let John T. come by him there, Joe.
I think
like you said, yeah, he's a laid-back driver. He watches carefully what's in front of him. I tell you what, Mike Rollmanger is a great driver.
Oh, yeah, really laid-back, man, style guy right there. You already see still Scott List, man, still in trouble up high. He's got Michael Thwaites looking on the inside of him. John T's trying to get what he can get early on, moving up through the field here, up underneath Richie Evans to try to take a few. And you just saw Richie Evans pretty much just kind of give it to him. I think Richie, obviously teammates there to Mike Rollmanger. Now those two, I think they understand the big picture at the end here and see. But, man, right now, Nick Hunt's the man in charge. He's wanting to buy to say, look, fellas, it was no fluke that I won the title last season. And I'm out here to show you that I mean business.
He is, Joe. He's out there. He's got what, 2, 3 tenths?
Right now he's got about 3.5 tenths.
Don't give him short. Don't give him up. But he's good.
He is, man. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to do. But right now, man, John T's probably the man on the move right now. He's one of the fastest machines. Picking him up. Don't know if he's using up the tires there early on, but we'll just have to see how the run goes on later as these guys, man, go on about it. But, yeah, you're right there, Alan. Looks like these guys right now, they're so close. It obviously does look like kind of a draft-style race. Well, we talked about the times, Tim. I mean, Nick ran a 29.3. You got to go all the way back, all 31 of these drivers. Tim, a 29.3, and Tommy and Massey ran a 29.5. Really?
That's close.
That is close. That is just extraordinarily. That's what I'm saying. You're really just not going to see anybody just come blazing up through here from the back of the pack. I think if this thing goes green flag, you're going to have to use some sort of pit strategy.
Yes, you are. But I tell you what, John T. Wimbish is right there under the 75 there of the Hunter McDaniel there a while ago. And he's after Hunter.
Well, John T's been the one who came through the field probably the most. Now, again, he's probably trying to get what he can. He probably understands, man, I got to get up here because once these tires starts, kind of neutralizing a little bit, that's when you're going to see these guys not being able to do anything. You see Steve Dukes right there try to do something, and then Rob Haynes lost his momentum. Rob Haynes comes around. So, yeah, these cars right now are just so equal.
They are. Every one of them are right now. We ain't got but 13 laps on the tires, so Hey, they just now warming up.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going back here, man, about the way back here at about the 1920th spot, though. These guys are like, look, y'all race all y'all want up there. We have an on-field day back here.
John Sterling having it out with Davey Hendricks there and Brent Cole.
Absolutely is. Well, better watch out, man. Brent Cool, he likes that drive for diabetes, and he's going to go around there, man. They'll probably shoot some insulin to some of them guys.
I heard that.
Absolutely, because I know after all that racing back there, some of their blood sugar might be up. Who knows? I tell you what, they're having their own party back there.
I bet you their heart's pumping a little bit faster, too.
Oh, right there, you just saw Davey Hendricks, John Sterling almost door-to-door it together out of the turn. I mean, it just shows you how even these cars are back here. I mean, this is a race happening back here. And, folks, this is back here 17th to 20th on back.
Great race going on back there. Now you got him up under the, I don't know what number that is.
We talking about John Sterling?
No, that all-color car there. Ooh.
Oh, Davey Hendricks. That's Davey Hendricks. Yeah, they back there door-to-door each other.
They did just then. Davey did.
Yeah, Davey Hendricks, he made him fall back just a little bit. Bobby Tinch came up under him, but I tell you, they having their own good little race going on up there.
Yeah, Gary May's coming to the front, too.
Yeah, Gary May's doing an outstanding job. You got Derek Clements back there in the mix, Dustin Hart. A lot of good names back here, but it's just like we just said. Can't go nowhere.
Dylan Mirando is back there in 24th, and he ain't started moving yet.
I agree with you, Alan. We talked about that, touched on it last night. I feel like once they get that package, what you see here, Tim, I got a feeling, and what we talked about last night, and I'm just iterate what we're seeing, the racing we're seeing right now, like back here in the back and probably up front too, but back here in the back, I think we're going to see a lot more of this in the Cup car when they bring out that package here in iRacing, because it's going to have close to the characteristics of this track.
Yes, it is. They got a draft package going on back here now, Joe.
Well, that's what I'm saying is I feel like when they do that and they put that on the Cup car, everybody, because you can't really do this kind of racing with the Cup car. I mean, it's just not going to work. You'd end up crashing back here doing it like this. But I feel like what's going to happen is a lot of these guys, you're going to see racing like this a lot.
John Sterling is working his way on up there to the number 4, Brent Coe, and hey, he's been running pretty good ever since the start.
He's up to 19th. That's what I'm saying. They're just kind of stuck. Well, still, Nick Hunt is the man up front. John T. Wimbish is right there in second. Hunter McDaniel's in third. Steve Dukes has moved up to fourth. Richie Evans has fallen back. They're up in the battle back here with Rob Haynes. And Rob Haynes looking good tonight.
Yeah, that 68 looking real good, Joe.
Yes, he is. Right now, it's Rob. I don't know if you remember the song, Rob Bass. It Takes Two.
Oh.
You don't remember that? Come on, Tim. That's back in your time, man.
I don't listen to music.
Oh, you don't listen to music?
No.
Man, what old person don't listen to music?
Well, old music always had a bad taste,
Oh, I got you. Man, I tell you what, I don't know if you just caught that right there. Mike Romanger, though, almost got pushed off into the infield. He came through there and came out of turn 4, went door to door a little bit, got loose, and mowed the grass some.
iRacing doing a update on the Cup Series.
iRacing will be doing an update to the Cups, Rick. They're supposedly, I heard it on Twitter, by the way. What? I heard it on Twitter that they're supposed to be bringing a 2019 package out, which is pretty much going to tighten the cars up and make them pretty much more glued to the ground. Basically, in a nutshell, make it a little bit easier to drive the Cup car than what it is now. So, yeah, better controlling car, and should definitely it'll help out a lot of guys.
Yeah, they're gonna do a tire package too.
Well, that is their package. That's the tire package and the aero package.
Yeah.
That's what they're bringing out. They're bringing out multiple things, so we'll have to see what happens. Obviously, bring out a new car too for the roadside, but that's the biggest thing is they're going to change up a little bit, and it's going to make that car handle a lot better. I mean, will it be like a truck? No, it's not going to be like a truck, but it's going to handle close, I think is what they're saying. A lot of guys are saying. I mean, like I say, I talked to Jake Nichols and them. A lot of those guys who've got, kind of privy to things. Obviously, Bobby Zielinski, because Bobby Zielinski works for the virtual racing school, which is part of iRacing. So he gets a lot of inside stuff. From what I've heard, some of it's going to be a little bit close to the Xfinity car, and that would be actually pretty good.
Yeah, it will. It'll make it a whole lot better race.
Well, what you're seeing right now, again, you look at the lap times. What you're looking at the lap times right now, with Nick Hunt sitting at a 29.353. I mean, you still got to look, Tim. Now, obviously, the gap on the track's different, but you look at the lap times all the way back to Tommy Amassic, 29.54. Tim, that's only like 2.5, 3 tenths separating the field time-wise. Now, obviously, gap-wise, no, but time-wise, yeah.
Yeah, it's right there about 3-4 tenths.
Yeah, it's crazy. And what happens is it just puts you on. Nobody's going to be able to come through the field. It puts up racing like we're seeing right here around about the 5th place spot. Hunter McDaniel, Richie Evans there, Rob Haynes, Steve Dukes, and them. All these guys are on top of each other. It's frustrating to a driver, exciting for us to watch, but definitely it's frustrating. Now, my biggest concern with the Cup car, obviously this car here does not do nowhere near the speed that a Cup car does. It doesn't have the power, as we're into caution. But that Cup car, that thing has huge amount of power. And Travis Pryor in the grass. Let's go back and see what happened here on the replay. See if he was just a victim of circumstance or caused it, or let's see what happened, because there was another car involved with him. We saw some cars last night get a little loose coming off the turns and tight, but you might get a little tight with this car coming out of turn 4. Let's see what we got. Like kind of everybody slowed up. Oh, we had a little help by the 21, and then the next thing you know, Travis Pryor. Well, I'm going to tell you what, if he wasn't sick, Tim, he's sick now.
Oh boy, he tears his car up.
He went up through there like a helicopter. Go and watch that thing. Travis Pryor on the front stretch. I mean, the guy, man, if he was in an Oculus Rift, forget about it. He done threw up about 10 times.
I heard that.
I mean, that car just went around and around and around like one of those little helicopters, and then hit the ground and boom. Somebody go check on him, make sure he didn't fall out of his rig.
I'm watching the replay now.
Whew. That was a wild ride. All right, pit stops. Everybody's coming in. Nick Hunt's bringing them into pit road. John T. Wimbish right there behind them. Yeah, Pat's out there. Wow. Yeah, go check on him. Call him up on the phone. Make sure he's all right. Want to make sure he ain't dead.
He took a wild ride.
Yes, he did, boy. He took a wild. Let's see what Nick Hunt does here on his pit stop. Like 4 tires. Everybody gonna go for 4 tires. Why not?
Oh yeah, this early, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Hunter McDaniel has got something on the side of his car that says Sailor Moon. Okay, I don't know what that means.
There's a cartoon.
Oh, you know what that means?
That was a cartoon.
But it looks like a Japanese cartoon.
It was a cartoon.
Now, hold up. Now you done intrigued my curiosity. How in the world does somebody your age know something about a Japanese cartoon?
What are you talking about? My age?
Okay, let me rephrase. How does someone in your demographic attire know something about Japanese cartoon?
Well, my daughter loved them cartoons. That's the reason I knew about it.
That makes sense, yeah. Because I just don't see anybody from down south in Alabama knowing too much about Japanese.
My daughter did.
Okay. That makes sense. All right. We good. Finally. I always got to get something out of you, man. You know what I'm saying?
I noticed that.
I know. I'm telling you, man. The truth will set you free. Over under 25. I'd love to see 25 at least cars out there in the Cup Series. It would do the sponsor justice, obviously the broadcast and the league justice. I really feel like 25 cars is a happy medium. Obviously everybody wants bigger fields, but 25 cars definitely would look awesome in the Cup Series. I think, the primary sponsor really deserves that. I think y'all would love it, and I think these guys need to step up, man, and try it and go and get the competition out here and whatnot to get it going. I mean, at least match it what they're doing here in the Xfinity.
I agree with you, Joe. We need a little bit more competition in the Cup cars. And like you said, Van Oy Construction needs they need this. I tell you, they're a good company, I've already heard, and we've seen some good races out of the Cup cars, but we do need at least 20 or 25 cars.
Yeah, I think that would be a good happy medium number to shoot for the next thing. So we'll just have to see, man, what happens and what goes and how the new package falls here on Iracing and what these guys want to do, but I like how I got that information out of Tim. Demographic type of person. We get set to go back green flag racing here in Texas.
Choke me up.
I know I might chuckle a little bit over that one. Pace cars out of turn 4. Going to set sail here. Going to drop off on pit road. Going to let John T. Wimbish and Nick Hunt up front. Motor on through the gears. Pace cars in. Green flag flies. We're back racing in Texas.
Ooh, look at the 60 of Steve Dukes there, Joe.
Tell you what, he's going to jump around and win one before it's over with. That guy's definitely got fast cars, fast feet, and everything else is fast. I never really talked to him, so I don't know if he's got fast lips.
I have no idea. But I tell you what, he got a fast car tonight. He's right there on Nick Hunt's bumper there. And he come around John T. pretty quick.
Oh, okay, cool. Right now, you got the old Nick Hunt out front. Steve Duke's going to see if he can't run him down. John T. Wimbish there in third. Hunter McDaniel. And I tell you, the one thing that's going to happen here, though, and the one biggest issue we're going to have, and you're going to see these guys being on top of him and a lot of aggressive racing and whatnot, is if we do get cautions, because everybody's going to get new tires and going to feel like Superman. Right now, John T. Wimbish is going to work over the back end of Steve Dukes if he can't take that spot.
I heard that.
Now, folks, let me just say this. Let me say this. Me and Tim are just definitely unorthodox. I'm normal. Tim's unorthodox. Y'all don't like, man, well, how we talking, and we really appreciate y'all too. But we're different, and we love calling these races. And look at Steve Dukes. I'm going to tell you. Now, let's just hope he don't hit a wall.
John T's going to get that second spot, too. Oh, no. That's 75 trying to get in there. Hunter McDaniel. Oh, Hunter's coming, Joe.
Well, Hunter McDaniel, he's got a fast machine. I mean, come on. That kid, man, definitely got one, and he's going to get up there and win something. But now I got to be really impressed. I'm trying to be really quiet because I don't want to jinx him. Rob Haynes. I can't believe you ain't never heard of Rob Bass.
Yeah, Rob Haynes is coming up.
You ain't never heard of Rob Bass, man, really?
What are you talking about?
You never heard of the song, "It Takes Two to Make a Thing Go Right"?
No.
I want to rock right now.
No.
You have never heard that?
Nope.
Wow,
and
boy,
and
you
don't
must have
care
lived-
to hear it.
You must have lived in a cave. Was your cave
Uh-oh,
man?
Nick Hunt got a bump from 75.
Well, I think he's a little bit loose, man. He's not got the handle on that car this time around. He had the handle. Maybe they gave him a bad set of tires.
Yeah, Rob Haynes is right there on him, buddy.
I'll have you singing a Rob Bass song in a minute every time you say his name.
Oh, no, that ain't gonna happen.
I'm gonna say it, man. Tim's gonna come up. Yeah, here comes Rob Haynes. It makes the two go right. I want a Rock
45-2.
68. Yeah, bring it to the front now.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tim. Tell him. about it.
No.
Oh, I'm with you, Alan. He's never heard of that song, but he knows what Japanese cartoons. You know what? I never understood some hillbillies.
What?
Hunter McDaniel up in fifth place. Rob Haynes puts it in fourth. Nick Hunt in the third. Steve Dukes hanging on to the top spot with John T. Wimberson second. Mike Franklin there up in the seventh. Richie Evans eighth. Bryce Senesack ninth. Hey, look, I got to say this. Bryce Senesack is in the ninth place in the 09 car in the 09 design. I always love it when he goes there.
Hunter had to get out of it there because he got knocked back.
Well, this track does consist a little bit of some momentum there. Ken Ladd having a good run. He's up to 10th.
Yeah?
Mike Romanger, he's off pace a little bit. He's going to have to step it up. Have to have talked to him after the race.
Ooh, he back there in 15th place.
I know, man. It's Mr. Extreme there, man. I know he's. Oh.
My daughter watched them cartoons there, Alan.
Yeah, you already told us that.
Oh, but Alan said something about it.
Yeah, like 5 minutes ago. That's what I made the reference on. Pay attention, Tim. Old people.
I haven't given him nothing back.
Old people. Well, you ain't got to give them nothing back all the time. We can call a race. Mike Franklin. I'm going to turn the chat off so you can pay attention.
Yeah, like, a hillbilly.
You loved that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Hunter McDaniel cut the nose off of Mike Franklin. Them two guys are going at it. And I'm going to tell you what, if they, that's just how close the racing is here right now.
Mike Franklin's right there with him. Hunter is up. Oh! Hunter bumped him.
Yeah, they getting into each other, bumping and banging just a little bit. You see those cars are pushing some. Here comes Richie Evans to the inside. They are just so close, so tight with each other speed-wise. This is just I don't even know the word I need to use. Aggressive and, to me, exciting racing.
I tell you what, Hunter McDaniel is wanting that place right there, buddy.
And he has worked over Mike Franklin. He is looking for it.
He got it.
Mike drives that thing on the inside of him. Is he going to push up? Almost pushed up coming out of turn 4. He's going to go back nose to tail with him as they cross the line, heading through the tri-ovals here. Front stretch, as everybody calls it the quad ovals, but I just say the front stretch. And they coming in out of turn number 2. These two guys, man, are just duking it out.
That's a good race right there, Joe.
I'll tell you, another good race. Ken Ladd back here with the 09 machine of Bryce Senesack. The 28 there, John Gonzalez. They were 3 wide for the moment. Bryce Senesack said, fellas, you're going to have that for right now.
Yeah, he don't like that 3-wide racing, not right now.
Mike Franklin's in the gray. He was weed eating. Let's see what happened to him here. He was up there battling with Hunter McDaniel. I don't know if he might have got a little loose or what under caution here. I don't know if they pinched each other down, but we got a big one. Let's see what happened first with that. Oh, they just got door to door. That's what that was. Oh, we got a big wreck.
Yeah, I've seen it happening.
Oh, a lot of cars involved. 28, John Gonzalez involved.
That ain't good on his part.
No, bad day. A lot of it, I think, came up when Mike Franklin came back up the track right there. When Mike Franklin went down,
Looked like they had to check up.
Yeah, they did. When Mike Franklin went down there, they came back up. And when he did, Ken Ladd was right there. And Ken had nowhere to go, got right into a little bit of John Gonzalez. The next thing you know, boom, everybody, man, accordion effect. And Brent Cool got involved. Punched the nose right there. Wow. Caution out.
I hate that on Brent Cool's part.
Yeah. Had a good run going.
Yeah, he did.
All right, under caution here. Let's see what we got. Who do you think's going to pull this thing off here tonight?
It's hard to tell right now. You can tell about halfway.
We're getting close to halfway.
Yeah. Mike Romanger's coming back to the front. Michael Thwaites is showing up now, Joe.
Yeah, Michael Thwaites, he's having a good run here tonight, too.
Yeah, he's running up there close to the 5th place, I think.
Absolutely.
Oh, he was.
I'm impressed with this, the beer store. Hope he ain't drunk out there. That's Rob Haynes. Well, I mean, maybe he'll throw a beer outside window, slow some of them guys down.
Look at that.
He's got Levi's and the beer store and High Octane. What's a combination?
Oh,
right
Lord.
there. Yeah, that's a
You get all
combination.
3 of them together, you'd be high, wouldn't you?
That's troublemaking right there.
Yeah.
All right, well, he's sitting in second. Nick's going to be the starter here on here tonight when we go back green flag at Texas. We're ExtremeMotorsports99.com, the Xfinity Series. But an outstanding race so far. It's been pretty much what we thought it would be. They're just so close. So much action going on the track here. And really, it only takes one little slip up. For the next thing, you got chaos on the track.
That's right. But I tell you what, Rob Haynes has got a nice looking car there, Joe.
Yeah, it is. And he's having a nice, good-looking run here tonight, sitting there in second. You got John T. Wimmish in third. Hunter McDaniel's been working on it. He's up in the fourth. Adam Eisenhower, keep your eye on him. Steve Dukes right there, sitting in sixth. You've got Richie Evans seventh. Bryce Center second. Eighth. Mike Romanger back up to ninth. Davey Hendricks has been able to move it back up into 10th right now so far.
Romanger said it's time to go to the front.
Well, this race is not playing into what his kind of race would like. He actually would be he would love to see more longer green flags, I feel, and that's just how Mike is. So he might have to change his strategy a little bit, be more aggressive. And I feel like this is pretty much plays in the hands of guys like maybe like a John T. or a Hunter McDaniel or Steve Dukes for that matter. Guys who are probably more aggressive. Now, Nick Hunt, really, I've seen Nick Hunt kind of play different ways. We'll just have to see maybe how it goes for him here on the end.
I believe he'll get aggressive if he has to.
And I think that's pretty much it right there. If he has to, he'll kind of let maybe the race come to him. Usually what we have on a race like this, I usually have a few cautions early, then we'll get that one good long green flag running. And at the end of the race, everything's out the door then. All right, getting set to go back green flag here. Texas Motor Speedway, lights off. Nick Hunt's going to lead them to the line here as the pace car is going to duck off on pit road. And that man's going to make that machine go vroom vroom as he's going to head through the gears. Here we go, pace car's in. We're going back green flag racing here at Texas Motor Speedway. Nick Hunt, man, rolls it through, gets a good jump on the start.
John T. Wimbish is right there behind him, too. And Rob didn't get as good a start as John did.
No, Rob didn't get one up top there, but John T got an excellent one. We'll see what Rob does. He tucks on the inside. Hunter McDaniel right there to the high side doesn't get what he needs. Here comes Mr. SimSpeedShop.com himself, and he's got a lot of speed in that thing and a lot of shop underneath the hood of it as he's coming up to the 4th place spot. He's bringing along Steve Dukes with him, though.
Adam's doing a good job right now, Joe. I mean, he's got Steve Dukes right there behind him.
Yep, Steve takes that spot away from him, so Hunter's going to drop down in the inside. But Adam Eisenhower, like you just said, up in the 4th place. Hey, Rick, let me know how everything looks. Does it look up to quality there for you, man? But I know you know what I'm talking about when I say, hey, look, does it look good? Quality-wise. Rick will let me know. He'll give me a thumbs up or something. Down or whatever.
Ha. John T.
Yeah, Rob, I was about to say, Rob Haynes working over him.
Boy, he is, ain't he?
Oh, it's a good battle. They're going to go door to door. You see, man, shoot up the track. A little bit tight right there. John does. Out of the turn, Adam Eisenhower gets into the back end of Rob Haynes. They're around, crashing down the front back stretch. Caution is out. Wow, let's go back and get a different angle on what happened to that one. I tell you what, Tim, right there, kind of looked like, Rob kind of stuck up the track and then, I don't know, maybe that might have been some net code or what. I tell you what, we're going to get another different angle on that one. That was kind of weird. Let's go to the angle right
close.
Here.
Yeah, that was close.
Let's go a different angle here. Let's ride with Adam Eisenhower. Let's give us a good shot, man, of what happened. He got such a good run right there as those two in front of him. Oh, no, he got in the back of him. I think he got such a good run coming out the turn. And those two cars were side by side. He just got such a good run and just got a little bump in the back of him.
Oh, boy. Look like Rob Haynes' car is getting a little bit beat up, don't it?
Ooh, hate that, man. Rob had a very good run out there, man. I tell you what, wow.
He did, Joe.
Well, see who comes in the pits, who don't. Old Nick Hunt says, not today, I'm going to stay out. But Steve Dukes brings the field in. Well, I'm going to tell you what, I don't think this is normally I would say this is a bad move, but I really feel like as close as these cars are, Tim, that I don't think that was a bad move on Nick and John Wimish's part to stay out. They'd only been out there for like 5 laps. I think track position here is so important.
Oh, track position here at Texas is real important, Joe. It just you have to play it by ear and see what's going on in front of you.
I got a feeling somebody eventually will take the 2 tires that actually they just did, Davey Hendricks, to get that track position up there. Normally I would say, man, I don't know about that staying out move there, Nick Hunt and John, but I feel like that this track, that these cars are so even and it's so hard to pass that that the track position right now might. Not saying tires aren't important. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying at this point, from what I'm seeing, these cars are so even that being out front in that clean air is going to help.
It is. Did we have a fast fix, Joe?
No, we don't. No.
Look at the 60. Oh, that's 60. That ain't 68. That's Steve Dukes.
Yeah, Steve Dukes, yeah.
That's the same color car, ain't it?
Yeah, they look kind of close, don't they? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, they don't have any fast fixes, which is, I love. I'm all for the no fast fix deal. Let's see. I wish they'd get rid of the EOL thing here too. That would be nice. I know they don't have it in the Cup Series. Be really nice. Let the guys just race. Let them go. I think we've got enough guys out here. Just let them race, and maybe do like a penalty system or something more. Like, look, if you wreck a guy, I don't know, 2 times or 3 times or something over the course, you eventually get suspended for a race or something like that, Afterwards, look at it instead of in the race have the EOLs. I think it would be a little bit better. Because, really, we saw a thrilling finish last night. John T. Wimbish coming around. Actually, John Sterling was a really, really good, it was an aggressive pass, but you know what? Some good racing.
It was.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
John T did that a little bit too early.
Yeah, he hurt the car. That's what hurt him, man, ultimately on the end there. But, hey, it still was a good pass. I mean, it was a good, aggressive pass. I enjoyed it. Which, I mean, we always like exciting stuff here in the booth anyways.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Rick must have went back and went to sleep or something, man, or quit watching.
Come about 1 or 2 times.
Ain't that something, man? He comes out there, man, said hey once, and then they don't say nothing. Oh, Tim, you scaring everybody away. Quit being so boring.
Not boring.
Uh-huh. You live in a cave. Somehow you know about Japanese cartoons, but don't know about Rob Bass.
I ain't know no song.
Pace cars out of turn 4. John T. Wimmis is going to lead them to the line here along with Nick Hunt. We're getting set to go back green flag. Pace cars in. Let's see if it does pay off for them up now. Now, they did spin the tires a little bit there, Nick Hunt did. That is one thing they will have to watch out for. But we'll see if they actually are able to stay out front.
I'll tell you what, Joe, that number 4, Brent Cool, is right there, buddy.
I tell you, hey, look at that. That number 10. Look at that. That number 10, Gary May. Look what kind of car he's got.
He's got that. What is that?
Hooters. You love it.
Oh, I see it now.
It's the Hooters car. Come on, man.
Don't you even go there.
Look, you love what? I'm looking at the owl. What are you looking at? The other thing on the back corner? Man,
There's Rick.
I said, there's Rick. Yeah. Well, I asked how you think it's how you think everything looks to you out there? Rick's looking clear to you, man. Everything look good, and all that. I know I sound good. I'm trying to help Tim out every once in a while.
Oh Lord. I'm a hillbilly, Rick, hearing Joe tell it.
There you go. Well, I'll tell you what, look at Brent Cool. Now, remember, he's been out there for 12 laps on his tires, but he's holding up pretty good, sitting there in 5th. Hunter McDaniel, though, back up the 4th. And I just had a feeling, a lot of times, any other track, any other circumstance, I'd have said bad mood to stay out. Not here from what I've seen and not with the track position. And the way that this place has played out so far, Nick Hunt and John T. Wimmis have been able to hold off and stay out front. Steve Dukes right there in 3rd, right now looking pretty good. Now, he'll close in on these guys if they get up there and battle, but you did see John T. go right around old Nick Hunt.
Yeah, he got the front run, didn't he?
That's a good question. I have no clue where we're at with the team points. Don't nobody give me no updates on that. I'll be honest with you, that's something I really have not. I have not kept up with on the team stuff. I know the team's there. I would have to probably say the performance is leading the team things because I'm going to go ahead and say it and get in trouble since the boss man's out there watching, but you know me. There is no other teams with the numbers that the performance is, and I kind of have a feeling that ain't that kind of considered by Napoli?
I plead the fifth on that one.
Yeah, go check the website. There you go. Folks, check out ExtremeMotorsports99.com. That'll give you all the updated information that we need. You can check out the points. You can check out the teams. You can check out everything we got going on. And everything, man, that is happening right now. You can see Steve Dukes made it around Nick Hunt along with Hunter McDaniel. Steve Dukes is going to try to run down John T., and I think it's going to be a matter of time before he does because you got, new tires, old tires.
Oh, Steve Dukes. He got 9 laps on his tires.
Yep.
He got 6 laps less.
Yeah, absolutely.
He gonna run John T down.
It said not true. Well, all right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, Performance has got 5 in their team, and nobody else out there has 5 in their team.
The five's all right.
Yeah. Oh, get some of our. See, that's what I like. Let him know he's there. Steve let John T. Wimbish know he was there. I love that kind of racing. I love seeing guys do that. He just let him know, hey, man, look, very slightly. Ain't going to wreck him. Ain't going to do anything like that. But, hey, look, I'm there, man. And you just saw what – and John knew. He had older tires. There was really not a lot he's going to be able to do. I mean, Hunter McDaniel's going to be able to come around too.
Steve Dukes was just letting him know, look, I'm faster than you are. Get up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you've got that tire difference right there, and I think John understands that. He's been able to stay out. But here's the thing. They learned a lot. They learned what they needed to learn and say, okay, later on in the run, if we get another good run here, it's just going to pay off.
Oh, yes, it will.
Yeah, but they can still... never mind. I ain't even. Yes, I know how it works. 3 to the Cup, 1 to Xfinity, 1 to... But you still got 5 teammates out there that can do a bunch of blocking and dictating for everybody and blah, blah, blah and all that. Okay. Y'all want to make drama with the teams? I'll make some drama with the teams now. I'll bring some drama and some excitement to this broadcast with that team stuff. If y'all really want me to, you can.
Yeah, we know.
Take a little closer to AMS. All right, let me take a little closer to AMS. Apocalyptic, I see 3. I see actually 2 out there. Apocalyptic Motorsports. Okay, yeah. I only see 2 cars in the team channel, Apocalyptic Motorsports. So unless my eyes are deceiving me, Maverick Motorsports now they've got 4. So might want to tell your other teammates there, Ed. They slipping.
You're going to get a couple more in there.
He ain't lying. Tell them they missing the races or something. But they got 5 drivers. I only see 2. Well, I tell you, where's the other 3? In the hot dog stand? Right now,
Yeah.
Steve Dukes right now is leading this race. Hunter McDaniel's in 2nd. John T's up in the 3rd. Davey Hendricks there in 4th. Richie Evans in 5th. Mike Rollmajor there. The Mike's been able to pull it back up to 6th. Now, we know Richie and Mike, they're definitely teammates, and they kind of run about the same. This kind of race, if it goes long, plays into their hand a little bit. You know, they definitely love that. Nick Hunt back there in the 7th. Mike Franklin right there in the 8th spot. Daryl Clements in 9th. Brian Wasserman, check that out, up in the 10th, having a good night tonight.
Yeah, Brian having a good night tonight, Joe.
Yes, I know there's only 1 being scored, but again, if y'all really, really want me to cause the drama in the teams, I will. I'm trying to avoid it, but Tim, they keep bringing up there's only 1 that scores but yet the whole team is out there and can take up positions. So if that whole team finishes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only one of them gets the points, but yet the other teams can only get up to 6th place. So then you are team ordering the top thing. So there's your drama that I was trying to avoid, but nobody would let me. Trying to call this race, folks. I'm telling you, man. Tim, what am I going to do with it?
I don't know, but I know one thing. Davey Hendricks just come up to 3rd place.
Davey Hendricks, boy, I'm going to tell you, he's had a good run. He's come back. He's back up to 3rd. Now, John T's going to fall off just a little bit because of those older tires. And right there. And, it's had to just do it, yeah. But Davey Hendricks, that's another guy I'd like to see have a turnaround. We've seen him in the trucks here in the Truck Series, Tim. He has definitely worked his tail off, and he has had fast trucks throughout the entire season. But I'm telling you, it just seems like he's almost like the Steve Dukes of the trucks or the Xfinity. Steve always has a fast car in the Xfinity, and something always happens. Well, Davey has a fast truck, and always something happens to him.
Yeah, it does. He kind of got it hand in hand.
Right.
In a slump. That's what I was hunting.
Yeah, there you go. Good word. Yeah, there you go, Rick. Yeah. Well, I mean, I try to say something about all the teams out here because we do got a lot of teams and a lot of team drivers out here. I don't really know a lot of how the teams are. But I'm trying to stay out of the drama I'm trying to get my words. I'm trying to stay out of the drama side of the teams, and maybe stick to the points, because there is a lot of gray area there that can be done, and I'm more into the driver's point stuff. Okay, that's really what I enjoy. Who's going to make this chase? Who's going to be the champ? Is Nick Hunt going to defend his title? That's really, man, that's my thing. I really am curious. Can Nick Hunt come back here, defend his title? He put it on pole here tonight, Tim. Did an outstanding job. He's already won one race in the Cup, so, man, he's proven he can drive the wheels off something. And Nick Hunt, man, tonight, he's doing an outstanding job. He's had great finishes. He's up in the 8th right now, doing an outstanding job in that 0-0. I feel like when it comes to chase time, if he stays consistent like he is, we might see him repeat as the champ.
Tell you what, he gets tough at the end of the year, you know.
Well, it just takes that consistency, and I really feel like that's what it is. And I really feel like, you know, I am glad. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed all the other drivers, Mike Romanger, all those other guys that was racing. But I am really glad I had a chance to finally see Nick Hunt pull off. One, to see him get his first Cup victory and call that. Two, to see him win that title, because it was awesome, especially for a lot of the stuff he's been through and whatnot personally and everything else. And to pull it off. But if he can repeat, man, that would just be icing on the cake.
Yeah, Nick Hunt's been through a lot in his life there, Joe, and he's bounced back, though.
Absolutely, and he did an outstanding job last season, so we'll have to see what he does this season. Well, I'll tell you what, these guys are racing hard back here in the back, about the 12, 13, 14 place spots. You got Bryce Senesack back there, Bobby Tench, and Brian Wasserman all back there.
Yeah, they're 1, 2, 3 there, ain't they?
They are doing an outstanding job. Bryce Senesack looking pretty good. There's your favorite car, Gary May with the Hooters Mobile. And what's going on, Rick? How you doing, man?
I'm good, guys. Wanted to come up in the booth with you. Got a lot of things going on over here at Extreme Motorsports, and just wanted to come up and help you guys out with any information that you don't know, and that way we can educate our viewers and so forth on things that we got going on here.
Got any free pizza?
Well, I did. I brought 3 boxes back there on the buffet table, but I tell you what, just like always, McBrayer is always sliding out 2 of those. So I don't know where your other pizza went to.
I know. I'm telling you, Tim, it's a tragedy.
How you doing, Rick?
I'm good, gentlemen. I'm good.
I tell you what, it's been a good race. Typical, but I've been watching a lot of these times out here, and you know, just to get you, I know you was asking about the Cup thing, and obviously, you know, I follow iRacing, and I follow a lot of guys on Twitter. I call it Twitter, but it's Twitter. And you know, I follow a lot of info, and I get it. I also get the, you know, added little advantage sometimes of talking to some pro drivers, and one of them who actually works for the virtual racing school, which is part of, you know, iRacing and whatnot. And a lot of the info, and you've heard out there, is with the Cup cars, they're supposed to be coming out with a new 2019 package, which is basically similar to what NASCAR has, and it's a, you know, more of a downforce style package. The Cup car should be a lot more easier to handle. I mean, it's still going to be, you know, kind of, you know, tougher car, but I think they're saying it's going to be closer to what the Xfinity car is right now, handle-wise. So that might help out a lot of guys. And, you know, we talked about the Cup Series here at Extreme. I mean, me and Tim has talked about it. We really feel like that the sponsor really deserves to have a lot. I feel like these guys need to come up, man, and build that series up. Obviously, you know, I have a place in my heart for that one because it's where I started at and loved it. So I'm interested to see what that new package brings.
Absolutely, Tim. And I tell you what, you got some very good points there. But I tell you, you know, when you talk about your Pro Series guys versus ExtremeMotorsports99.com, first and foremost, let me just say, man, those pro drivers, I got nothing but respect for them. Those guys spend day in, day out here on iRacing, practicing. I've actually got to know a couple of them very well over close to over a year. And I tell you, being on iRacing for over a year and going in and talking to guys each and every day almost, one particular fellow, and I won't even mention his name, he explained to me, Rick, there's a lot of work that goes into it. And he set it as a goal to be a pro driver and got himself in that position. And he worked really hard to get there. And, he said, Rick, I tell you, man, it's a lot of work. It was a lot of work. I think since then he's actually pulled himself out of it because it just took so much time away from home. It took a lot of time away from school and so forth. And I don't think, for the viewers out there that has never got onto iRacing and they sit back and they watch and see what we do out here, I don't think they realize the intensity and how much hard work it takes to be at a competitive level, just in some of the leagues out here in iRacing. But when you talk about the pro and the peak antifreeze series, I mean, you're talking about a whole different level. Yep. You've got guys out here that's battling for $120,000 to be crowned as a champion.
$1,000 a race.
Absolutely. And I tell you, man, if you think about it, can money be made to doing this? Absolutely. If a man is in a position to be able to have a few bucks in his pocket to be able to sit on for a year and dedicate all his time to this, it wouldn't take but one championship, and man, you're ahead of the game. You could almost make a career out of it.
And to bring about that too, though, you gotta cycle in, like you say, because there's many different leagues, and obviously we're here at Extreme Motorsports. We talk about it's good to see what iRacing is doing. I've said it a million times. It's the closest thing you're going to get without spending millions of dollars to stepping into a real machine. So the physics changes that they're doing that's coming. Well, not only just the pro-style drivers that you were mentioning, but guys like the guys here at Extreme, it will benefit them tremendously because I know you advocate a lot here in the Xfinity guys. Hey, man, come try the Cup. Well, we don't want to drive the Cup because we don't like that car. It don't handle well. I can't throw it in the turn like a monster or anything. Yeah, because it'll make me pay for it. Well, now it might be a little bit more gentler to them. They might be able to drive it a little bit better. You might see guys be able to handle a little bit better. So we might see some more guys actually want to try to step up in it and do it. So my hat's off to iRacing for trying new things and bringing new builds.
Oh yeah, absolutely, Joe. And I tell you, iRacing's doing a wonderful job out there, and they continue to keep up with the updates and the content that becomes available at our fingertips and so forth. But let's talk a little bit about touch base with you about Vinoy Construction. Big thank you to him out there, Vinoy Construction, coming on as a sponsor here with us at Extreme Motorsports, and just to clear some things up out there for our viewers, Joe, and that way you guys got a clear understanding too. We've got a gentleman that's very close to the guys that own Vinoy Construction, and Vinoy Construction actually sponsors a real Xfinity car out there in the real NASCAR world. And, he's real big on quality, not only on the work that he does out here across this nation with the construction that he does put in, but everything that this man does, he wants to make sure that there's quality put into it. And here at Extreme Motorsports, what we decided to do in our Cup Series is we recruit within the league so that way these guys already know what our rule system is, what the do's and what the don'ts are. And they basically have to earn their way into that Cup Series. It's not just given to them. There's a series of amount of things that these admins go back and looking at stats, looking at attendance, looking how long these drivers have been with us. And sometimes some of these drivers come over and want to get involved in our Cup Series, and they do some very impressive things. Got a record there on the record.
Yeah, I was watching it. Sorry, I'm going to interrupt you there, but what you were talking about, that's some great stuff. But I'm going to tell you what, they were duking it out up front there. Steve Dukes, Davey Hendricks. Let's go back on the replay here and watch the product basically of what this package here at this track. You can see, looks like Davey Hendricks just got up on the wall and just shot down there. Steve Dukes nowhere to go. I mean, those three cars were up there battling the last lap or so. I was just sitting there watching them and just watching on the replay here again. Let the viewers see it. Everybody loves wrecks. But, yeah, Davey just got a little bit tight coming out of the turn, and I don't know, man, just kind of went wiggly. And, they got together and Man, I hate that because, Tim, how many times have I said it? Steve Dukes has had fast cars, but it seems like, man, always a bug jumps out there and bites him.
It does, Joe, and I think Steve Dukes right now knows it's over.
I hate that. I hate it. I really do. Steve, Rick, I don't know if you've been following or anything, but Steve's one of them. He's got fast machines, very, very fast, and he's going to win eventually. But it seems like every time he turns around, something happened. A mishap on pit road or a mishap on the track, something like that. Always just kills him at race day. And hate to see that on his end. But sometimes you take the good with the bad.
Yeah, sorry, Rick. Go ahead.
No. I was just commenting on Steve Dukes there, Joe. I keep up with all these drivers across the board the best I can. And, Steve Dukes, he's one of those guys that we were just talking about a while ago. Started out running some truck races. I watched his performance out on the track, and I tell you, man, awesome driver, awesome attitude, just the type of guy that is super nice guy. I believe the man would help anybody that comes to him and ask him for a little bit of help. And I tell you, just an all-around great driver with good sportsmanship out there. But, yes, super fast guy like you say, Joe. But, bad luck seems to run with us a little bit in racing, and it sticks with us for a little while. Eventually, he's going to pull out of this, and he's going to be a major, major contender.
And a lot of these guys, some of them do drive up into the Cup Series, and you really just can't measure the Cup to the Xfinity because it's like what me and Tim have been talking about with this race, lap time-wise. Between this whole entire field, that lap time is within 5 to 6 tenths. That's insane. That tells you right there that these cars are right on top of each other, very hard to pass. As opposed to like the Cup machines last night at Texas, there was a lot more of time-wise difference, so they weren't on top of each other a lot of times. Now, the new package that we just mentioned there, if that does tighten things up, go ahead and tell you, get prepared, because there'll be a lot closer racing, which we enjoy up here in the booth because we love the excitement. You've been up here, Rick. It's excitement. And, but I know the drivers out there, oh, Lord, are going to be all frustrated.
Oh, I tell you, man, if you go back and look at your races, look at the times in each series, we've come up with a few things here and there. One of the biggest things that helps us, Joe, is that we've got a lot of guys that's been with us for quite some time. They've learned each other out on the track. They've learned the mistakes that some drivers are, their weaknesses and their strong points. And, when they know that they see those weaknesses coming up and they're riding behind them, they know that that's the key point to key in on that driver when he may not be doing good in turn 2 or coming out of turn 2 or going into turn 3 here at Texas Motor Speedway versus if he goes to Las Vegas, he's strong in those areas. These guys get to know each other, and I tell you, another thing I got a big shout out is the teams. Performance Motorsports, Apocalyptic Motorsports, Downforce Motorsports, Iceman Motorsports. These guys are working their tails off, watching these drivers week to week, going from track to track, and they're recruiting those great drivers out there to help promote their name, their team, and these guys are working together now. And it's, I tell you what, man, it's a beautiful thing. I see what iRacing has done, and I see how they've got real race teams involved, and those race teams that are recruiting drivers, they're making them work together. I tell you, man, a lot of competition.
As we get set to go back green flag racing here at Texas Motor Speedway, pace cars in, and that man Hunter McDaniel gets a good jump out front. Looks like, man, a couple guys might have spun the tires up front there. Check the field up just for somewhat. That happens here in racing, man, from time to time. Good point there. I have kind of just, I've kind of stayed out of the team thing until we kind of straightened out a little bit of it because I'm more of a driver oriented. I love the points. I love doing it. and I want to understand more about the team stuff. I know this is kind of the first year first season that is, involving it and whatnot. And plus, I don't have implemented in yet into the ticker to really show off a lot of the points and involvement in it. And then again, I've just tried to stay out of the drama of the teams. But I know they work hard. I know they do. I do know a lot about the teams. I keep in touch with them. Obviously, we interact with a lot of them out here, especially Ed Morris. He's out there all the time yip-yapping on the chat, talking about this and that. We keep up with what Performance is doing. Keep up with a lot of the other ones. Obviously, Mike Romanger's one of the main ones, been here for a long, long time. Him and Richie Evans done an outstanding job out here. So you definitely got a lot of good teams, and it's going to be interesting as it goes on to see how that evolves, see how these guys take it and run with the ball, so to speak.
Well, I'll tell you what, talking about drama, talk about teams, heard a little bit about the broadcast a little earlier a while ago, and I was listening, and that's the reason why I wanted to jump up here and make sure that we stay on track of things, is just so that way we got clear understanding. I tell you, since we started these teams, I know that there are pros and cons to anything we do in life.
Sure.
It really is. The main thing is especially when we get into any sport out here is, team. Together, everyone achieves more. And, when we create teams out here and we've got guys working with each other and we're helping that guy that just can't seem to get around the track the fastest that's on the team, these guys are all jumping in and saying, hey, let us help you. Look at Nick Hunt out here tonight. Led some laps.
No, he's a defending champ, though.
I tell you what, he's doing a great job, but I tell you, a lot of competitions come in this season. A lot of the teams have worked with other drivers, and those drivers where they were at last season, oh, man, I tell you, Joe, hey, you watch the broadcast each week. You see the performance of where they were last season and look at where they're at this season. We're seeing some new guys up front out here running. We're seeing some guys that were running out back coming through the field now, coming up and making it into the top 5, top 10, the drivers that were running back in the pack. So a lot of things are changing, but it takes time to do it.
Yeah, and like I said, and that's my biggest thing. I do love, man, keeping up with a lot of the guys. You see John T. Wimbush out there leading. Hunter McDaniel's another one that stepped up. Richie Evans probably is one of the ones that's come up to the top end. Daryl Clements right there, new guy coming up. Just two of the guys right there. I know Richie has been here for several seasons, but he's had an up and down run at it. But he's got a good teacher, Mike Romanger. I call him Mr. Extreme. I mean, the man is a past champ. You can't take anything away from him. Probably one of the most laid-back guys there is here. One of my rules is I never pull anybody up that's in a wreck, that causes a wreck or gets involved in it afterwards for an interview. He would probably be the only one I would probably feel comfortable doing that with, because he is just so laid back.
Oh, I tell you, Mike Romanger's always been a laid-back guy. And talking about Richie Evans, touch base on that, I've seen a big change in his racing so far this season. These guys have got hooked up with a really good team. Those guys are working together over there at Iceman Motorsports. Richie's performance has really stepped up this season. He struggled a little bit in the past, but I really see him getting his game back. Mike Romanger, kind of fell down in a hole there a little bit, but I tell you, this season he's starting to get back, being stronger. I can see him, becoming maybe even a champion here in the Xfinity. He's our last season's champion in the Cup Series. There's just so many things that are going on, and I tell you, man, I'm as busy as a one-legged man in a butt kicking contest, trying to keep up with all this myself. So, but I tell you, these guys are doing a great job. Next season, we got more things going to be added to the teams. These guys are going to be looking at adding 2 cars that's going to actually be scored in the Xfinity Series. They're going to have 1 development driver in the Xfinity Series. And basically, Joe, Tim, what that means is those guys are going to be able to bring a guy into their Xfinity Series that's running in one of the lower series that they basically have gotten development. They're going to be able to give him an opportunity to run in the Xfinity. They're not going to be scored, but it's that guy's chance to get an opportunity to run in that higher series that he has yet to earn his ride in yet. So he gets a chance to prove himself out there on the track. So Truck Series, adding 2 drivers that's going to be scored with 1 development driver in there, and something that really a lot of people are really looking forward to. Next season, we're bringing 2 drivers. Each team will have the opportunity to have 2 drivers from the K&N Series that will be scored as well. So at the end of the week on Friday, every single one of these guys, where they finish at, is going to mean something. Their place out on the track in the series that they run in means something, and they know that they have got to perform for their team because their team is dependent on them. So it's just amazing of what's going on here, and it's really a big talk over here. A lot of guys are starting to get around in the TeamSpeak channel, talk to each other, get to know each other. A lot of good things happening with this, Joe.
Rick, we got a huge one. Hunter McDaniel's involved. Sorry to cut you off there, but Daryl Clements got involved with that one. Go back on the replay here. Just watching some of this racing going on, and unfortunately, it looks like Daryl Clements and Hunter McDaniel got together coming in. A product, basically, of this track just pushed up. Hunter McDaniel was there, and Mike Romanger and Nick Hunt involved, too. Hard licks for them. Nowhere to go, and then Mike Franklin coming in. It's pretty much just a pile-up on the front stretch from that point.
I'll tell you what, Joe. That 75 took a ride.
I hate it right there, man. And I tell you, when that's just the kind of racing we've seen. Nothing to take away from any of the talent of these guys. And I know a lot of people go, "Oh Lord, they're out there wrecking again." It's a tough track. This is tough when you've got those kind of times and you're that close to each other. And when you're that close, it does not take much. I mean, it takes very little. And next thing you know, chaos, man, happens on the track. But, Rick, like you just said, we talked about, the teams. Hopefully, man, by the end, and I know Jason Allison, everybody knows who he is. He is working hard. He's been out of town right now. He is redoing the overlay stuff for me. So I will have a lot more to where I'll be able to be more info on team points and stuff like that come maybe by the time next season rolls around. And, obviously y'all will be able to fine-tune it a little bit there and get the info out and whatnot and so forth. But I always do point them. Obviously, we always say ExtremeMotorsports99.com, Xfinity Series. Hey, the name's right there, folks, ExtremeMotorsports99.com. And, I do got to ask because, Tim's up here with me and everybody's out there in the chat listening in the race. And I guess, we don't ever get a chance to have you up here at the booth very much with us. But, it's always a pleasure, But how well have you liked the broadcast? How have they been to you? What have you seen, man, and whatnot, and so forth and so on?
Well, let me just say this, Joe. The quality of the broadcast, the view of it is, always top-notch, man. It's crystal clear. The camera angles are just unfounded. I mean, I have actually went out here and looked at your camera angles and watched some of the other broadcasters' camera angles out here. Not to say there's some good camera angles out there from some other broadcasters as well, but tell you, man, I really like the product that you push out here. That's why we've been in this relationship for a long time now. It's always great. But I tell you, the competition out there with broadcasters, they always take another level, and that's why we're getting involved with teams and so forth. So we got to get you guys up in the booth educated a little bit on the team thing, on what we've got going on over here. And I guess we got to get more communication out there so that way we can carry that out to the viewers out there. That way they have a better understanding on what we're doing here. Just like, earlier we were talking about the Cup Series, there's a reason why we only have 15 to 16 drivers out there.
Yeah.
It's only because those guys have earned their right to be there.
Right. And, let me say this real quick. And the reason me and Tim bring up that fact is, I look at Van Noy coming on. I really appreciate them coming on, but that's a huge step in the right direction for the Cup Series. And I'm going to say it. I love the Cup cars. I just, for some reason, I love the Cup car. And, but yeah, I want to see it excel. I want to see it get back to the numbers, not maybe as big, but get back more so that the so that it is the elite that it should be, and that's why me and Tim sit up here and we talk about it, and I really feel like it's deserving for Van Yoy, the sponsor, for the viewers, and for Extreme for that matter, because I know you work hard at it.
Well, as far as deserving for the sponsor, I think we're giving him a top-notch quality, exactly what he's wanting, the same type of quality that he does when he goes out and he does a large hospital. He makes sure that the quality work that he presents, that carries on. And I tell you, take a look at his website, vanoyconstruction.com. This man puts up hospitals, he puts up banks, you name it, he does it.
Oh,
nationwide. Yeah. Huge, multi-billion-dollar company. This guy loves racing. He loves quality racing. He wants to make sure before he puts his name on something that it is approved. And I tell you, we're only doing what this man wants us to do and making sure that we got the right people in the right place, and that's quality drivers. We're always looking for good drivers. We're always looking for quality drivers. But I tell you, I think what separates us from just another league is we're not going to allow people just to come over here and sign up and just put them on the track. They've got to show these admins up in the booth that they have the ability to be out there and earn their way out there. That's where we're at now, Joe.
And I think we've got a lot, and what we're saying is I think we've got a lot of these drivers here that just need to be pushed to that point to be able to do it. I think we've got some great drivers here at Extreme, and my sentiments with you on that one. So it's been a good race so far, man. These guys out here have put on a good show for what this track has gave them, for what this cars gave them, for what these times it gave them out here. Definitely is a good run. John T. Wimmis is the man leading it. Bryce Senesac, I always love saying it, the 09 machine and the 09 design. He's getting worked over by the 08 machine there, Richie Evans and John Sterling and the 88 machine. Rick, I don't know how many people out in the chat, man, have ever heard me and you call side by side in races, but you want to call 2 laps or so? Did I lose you?
Oh, no, I'm here. I'm here just taking a look. I got 3 monitors up. I've got you guys over here on one channel watching the broadcast, looking at stats on this one, watching the race over here on this one, just trying to keep up with everything that's going. And, big shout out to all those viewers out there. That's one thing I definitely want to say, Joe, is we want to definitely say that you guys out there watching and viewing mean a lot to these guys out here that's out here racing week to week. We've developed some guys out there that have some fans out there. It just puts a smile on their face. It makes them feel warm and fuzzy on the inside. We can't say enough how much we appreciate those viewers out there.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. It's been an outstanding race because they come week in and week out to cheer for the favorite driver out here. But right now, John T. Wimmis is the man captain. I call him the captain out there, and he's piloting in that ship. He's got a 1.1 second lead, the biggest I've seen all night long. Richie Evans sitting in second right there, but he's got a freight train of machines behind him. A Bryce Senesac, John Sterling, Gary May, Bobby Tench, Adam Eisenhower, Tommy Haynes, Davey Hendricks, and Brian Wasserman right there.
Okay, what little right there, John Sterling, the 88 car, got a little bit of damage on his car, trying to make his way up to Bryce Senesac. Senesac doing a great job this season. I tell you, he is getting to a point where he is just about a top 5 car, top 3 car week to week. Performance from him is getting so much stronger each week there, Joe.
Yes, it is. Bryce Senesac is one of those machines that I see the guy has excelled learning-wise week in and week out. He's one of the old veterans here at Extreme, and he's doing an outstanding job up to 3rd place right now. John Sterling coming up in there. You just see him closing in, but I got to go back here. Adam Eisenhower right there with Gary May. And I tell you, Davey Hendricks back in the mix. They're going to take it door to door as they're coming across the line to complete lap 118 of 133 here. Texas Motor Speedway, ExtremeMotorsports99.com. This is the Xfinity Series. And folks, I hope y'all are appreciating it right now. I got Rick Donaldson up in the booth, and I obviously still got Tim here. Man, he's with us up here as we're calling this outstanding race so far.
Oh, I tell you what, Ed Morris out there calling out, top fan off Iracing should get a shirt. I tell you, everybody's wanting some extreme motorsport gear, and yes, I understand that. We're going to get some more of that stuff in. Tell you, just have so much going on over here, Joe. I've been working closely with the teams and so forth, and we just got so much going on. I haven't forgot about those fans out there. We're going to get some more T-shirts in, get some more mouse pads, stickers, decals. Hey, I'm even thinking about calendars, so that way you know the schedule week to week. Place that over your computer and so forth.
That sounds good to me. That'd be awesome. Always tell Tim, just go to the website. Like to tell everybody, go to StreamMotorsports99.com. Check it out. You can check out all the info there. Outstanding website, man. And design. Oh, 66 Bobby Tench gets in the back of the 88 there. John Sterling turns him going into the turn. I mean, that's basically just right there. Catch up with him. Right there, the two cars just got together. Bobby Tench put his nose on the inside and just caught that rear quarter panel. That's just kind of a typical just threw it in the turn and got into him. Basically, two cars taking up the same real estate. Usually don't work. And Brent Cool, ouch. Drive for Diabetes, took a hit.
Well, I'll tell you what, Joe, that's one of the things that I tell you, man, over here at Extreme Motorsports, our admins, they work really hard on things. I work pretty hard on the back end of things and so forth. There's so much work that goes involved in over here, but at the same time, there's not but so much that we can do. When it comes to iRacing, there's are a few things I really hope they work on. Some of that net code a little earlier, that last caution, you had about probably a foot between those two cars that never even touched. Situation like we just saw there with the 66, barely touch each other in the back. I just would like to see these cars be able to stick to the track a little bit better, to allow these drivers to actually, like you talk about, allow them to race. Let them race tight. Let them race very close with each other. And I would love to see iRacing fix that issue to where these guys can run bumper to bumper, door handle to door handle, decal to decal, and be able to go around this track without really worrying about some of that stuff. I would love to see some updates to that if possible.
And a lot of it, you talk about that, a lot of that is the victim of the Xfinity car. I see it more in this car than I do any of the other ones. And, it takes us back to the conversation I was having a little earlier ago, you talk about the pro drivers. I've heard those guys even complain about the same thing that you just said right there. And, hey, they're some of the best of on iRacing. It's some reason this car here, the way that the bumpers are, that it will hook very easily to the front of somebody else. The truck, they say, is not too bad. The Cup car is usually not bad. It's something about this Xfinity car we see a lot of. What we just saw there and earlier on, guys just can't get up there and, like you just said, get door to door. I mean, I love the exciting racing. I love what y'all doing in the Cup with the no EOL thing. I'd love maybe a penalty system. If you brought a caution out, maybe penalties and maybe get suspended for a race or something, and take the EOL out of the equation. Let these guys go to it and race. I think it's working out well in the Cup side. Love to see it across the board, Ben, on all the other series. That's something we work on down the road. But I feel what you just said right there has been an issue with the Xfinity car for a while.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, I've got all faith in iRacing. They've got an excellent product out there. I think if you talk to 10 people, you can come up with 10 different problems. And but at the same time, I will say that I'm a very happy customer of iRacing. Sure. And I think generally a lot of people are out there. So definitely want to thank those guys up at, I believe it's Connecticut, where iRacing is located at, their home office. Definitely want to thank those guys out there for their hard work that they put into this to allow us to be able to do what we do here at night, to not only to be able to race, but to develop the friendships that we are able to enjoy out here. Give a big shout out to Timothy Petito, Ed Morris. I believe you're Ed Morris's dad. So
yes.
What's up, Daddy?
We love that. We love it. We love the family thing, and man, I say it a million times. I know if you've listened to it enough, and Tim knows it up here too, man. I love watching the family members. Tim's been one of them. It's been John Marine ain't been out there tonight. He's my statistician. That man will come up. I've never seen any. You talk about iRacing. I've never seen anybody who has never had iRacing or anything like that. The guy knows an astronomical amount about it. He's just a world of information.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll sit back and I watch. Sometimes I will jump in there and throw a few comments out there. Want to let the people know that I'm there, I'm watching, and thank them for being here. But yeah, I do see the comments that come up there. I see the information that comes up there. Yeah, great amount of people that come here and are able to do some of the things they're doing out there. But I tell you what, the pace car is out there on the backstretch, Joe. Lights are off. I believe we're probably going to have close to about what we're looking at, about 6 laps, 7
6
laps,
laps.
about
And
6 laps.
I always say, there's two things. Usually the last lap puts an end to it. Normally on iRacing, if a caution does fly, with about 5 to go, that puts an end to it. So it is go time, folks. Run what you brung. Business is about to pick up. Lights off on the pace car coming out of turn 4. It will take that hard left turn off on pit road, and Gary May is going to be the man up front to see if he can try to steal this one away from John T. Wimmis, and he spun the tires on the start.
Oh.
And we got a huge one on the front stretch, and that right there took out John T. Wimbish. No caution. I think the admins might have to throw one on out. Never mind, there's going to be one after that because they are still wrecked.
Holy moly. I tell you what, man. That's one of those moments there that you just want to hide under a rock, and just wish that everybody went to the hot dog stand about that time when that just took place.
And let's go back on the replay, and basically that was a product of old tires. We seen it earlier, though, in the race. And see, that's why I really wasn't saying much about it being a bad move, because we saw Nick Hunt and John Wimmis do it earlier in the race, and it paid off. It's just, again, you've got to watch tire spin. It is one of those things, and right here, unfortunately, he spun the tires on the start. John T. Wimbish nowhere to go, right there into the wall, and a lot of other cars tore up. Right there you see, and actually, man, as they went through the tri-oval style there, the aid of Richie Evans involved. Let's watch here, Richie Evans. Yeah, he made it through that. Actually, Richie Evans made it through that, but then the problem was is when they got going again, the 3 and the 28 got together, and it was just chaos from that point.
Oh, and I tell you what's really bad is it got Wimbish there locked up in the wall, so of course he's going to have to hit the tow truck. It's going to take him some time to be pulled back to the pits there to do some repairs on the car. I tell you, I tell you this past Monday was the first time I've raced. I'm back over in the Canyon Series. I'm a little rusty. Got a new rig, got a direct drive wheel from Rick Motec, one of our big sponsors here at Extreme Motorsports. Bought me one of those with the Max Pappas steering wheel. I got the whole shebang, just trying to get back into the groove of thing. It's been a while since I've raced, Joe. And went out to Dover this past week at the K&N car, and getting up to the line there, the green light's getting ready to drop. And you know what? Same thing happened to me. Daggone if I didn't start off in first gear, spin the tires, ended up in the wall, and I just wanted to cry. It happens to a lot of us out here, and it really makes you just want to pull it back up on the truck and head on to the house and forget about this race and hope nobody else remembers.
Yeah, and hey,
Rick.
Yes.
I seen it. I remember it.
Oh yeah.
I tell you, nothing against, you got to go for it at that point, and we knew somebody was going to try to do that. There's 5 to go. It's not over with, folks. We're going to get this thing back going green because the caution came out before 5 to go here, so we'll probably have about 3 laps left in this one. It's just a matter of now Rob Haynes out front, and I tell you, he has been the man. And you got Adam Eisenhower right there. I've tried not to talk about Rob Haynes too much tonight. I'd love to see him pull it off. I don't want to give him what we call the broadcaster's jinx out there, but you also got Davey Hendricks, Bryce Senesac. So this is going to leave the door open for a lot of new drivers up here to be able to pull the win off here.
Absolutely, it sure will. It's going to definitely give them an opportunity. And I tell you, talking about some names and going back and talking about performance, talking about guys that are really doing well. I've been here and created this league and watch guys come in and struggle, and now see guys that have become very competitive. And I tell you, Eisenhower, he has had his share of bad luck, but here this season, I just had a talk with him down in his pit box one night, and explained to him about the performance that I've seen that him and his brother have gotten to, doing a phenomenal job. But I tell you, we're going to be looking at about 3 laps here, Joe. I'm going to do my best to call these last 3 laps with you. I'm just getting over some sickness, so I may end up coughing a couple times, but we'll see what we can do. See if I can't knock the old rust off the mic, and see if we can't make these guys out here watching this race, see if we can't get them up off their chair and standing before this race is over with.
Absolutely. We'll see if we can get them running around, get your hair standing up on your skin, and maybe jumping up and down, because if you don't, you might not be a race fan, and you might want to call the doctor tomorrow and get you some medicine, because you're definitely going to need it after this one here. As we get set to go back green flag racing, Texas Motor Speedway, it has been a big one here. Big state, big race. Big time power here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. The man Rob Haynes, I know he's got some big time butterflies, because he is going to lead this field to the green flag as the pace cars coming out of turn 4 will be for the final time here tonight, folks, because if caution flies at this point, it will be over. Pace cars in. Rob Haynes drops the hammer. Don't spin the tires. Adam Eisenhower does, and a few other ones as everybody clamors to try to get together as they head off into 1.
Haynes up front, and you got Adam Sinesak trying to gain way, but it looks like Haynes is going to get a good lead. The 38 of Hendricks on the inside, the 21 of Tyler Holloman on the inside, on the backstretch, Joe.
No doubt about it. They're heading off into turn number 3. Tyler Hallman is the man right there, possessed to try to get a good finish out of this one. Adam Eisenhower, though, he is on the inside door to door. He is not going to be denied coming to the line. This time by Rob Haynes will lead it. We got 2 to go here at Texas here tonight.
Right.
Final time here at Texas.
Eisenhower up on the outside. You got, looks like Sinesak is going to make his way under Eisenhower. Coming out of turn 2 there, Eisenhower, Sinesak side by side. Holloman still out front, going into the turn 3.
And turn 4 for the final time. Rob Haynes is going to put this thing in victory lane. But I tell you what, Tyler Hallman's in 3rd. Is he going to hang on to it? Yes, Adam Eisenhower's going to hang on to 4th place. Bryce Sinesak's right there. What a finish to this one here at Texas. Rob Haynes, well, I tell you right there, well, hey, if I had the song, I'd cue it up, man, because it definitely took 2, him and that machine, to put it in victory lane here at Texas Motor Speedway.
Rob Haynes with a first win of the season for him this season, going down there to be able to put his car in victory lane. Holloman with a good finish there, finishing 2nd. Eisenhower placed 3rd there, Joe. Was able to get up there in 3rd place with, it looks like, Rambler finishing 4th and Bobby Tinch in the top 5.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, that was awesome, man. To see and hear up here. Let's get some of these guys up here to get a talk with them. Man, I tell you what, I got goosebumps after watching the end of the race there. It has been a pleasure, Rick, to hear you up here, to get a chance to talk to you, man, about things happening at Extreme. And I hope everybody in the chat out there in the viewer world loved it, man, to get the insights of what's going on as I'm pulling up some of these guys right now to get a word in with them. But yeah, Rob Haynes, man, that guy right there, outstanding job.
You talk to him, Rick.
All right, well, I tell you what, Joe, tough race there toward the end there. I'll tell you, just got some new faces up there in victory lane this season.
Yeah, and I'm seeing something, because my thing is showing Davey Hendricks. So did something happen to Rob Haynes? Maybe you can find out for us.
Yeah, I might have to see what's going on there. I'll check that.
Let me know on that one there real quick. I just saw it flip to that. Tim, I tell you what, man, what you think about that finish there?
I love that finish, Joe. I tell you what, and I've enjoyed Rick too. I wish you'd do that a little more. I love hearing Rick. I love hearing him call it. He's good. Y'all sound good together. We don't sound like it, but
well, here's the
I'm
thing.
not as fast as Rick is.
All right, Joe.
What happened?
tell you right now, we don't have any official results right now. They've got a few things that's going on, and some things are getting mixed around. We got some, so those guys are working really hard to make sure things come to light, I guess you could say. So me being up here calling the race, I'm not really on top of where I should be at, Joe. But I tell you, it's been great being up here in the booth with you tonight. Tim, thank you for letting me sit down here in your booth. And
let me ask the question though.
Yes,
Did
sir.
Rob Haynes pull it off?
That I'm not sure. I don't know.
Well, I
Joe.
tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bring Rob Haynes up, and I'm gonna bring Davey Hendricks up, and I'll just say unofficial results until we find out. We'll get a talk in with both of them. We'll just do it that way, and that way we kill two birds with one stone. How's that?
At this point in time, I couldn't think of a better idea, because like I say, I'm up here with you, not down there with them, so I'm out of the loop just like you are. So hey, you can do the best you can do. That's all you can do.
No doubt. Well, I'm gonna bring them up there, Adam Eisenhower, and I don't know, Tim, you want to talk to Adam?
No, I'm gonna let Rick do it.
No, Tim, I've got to go catch up and see where we're at with everything.
Oh, okay, Rick. Let me get my thing up.
All right,
Go
guys.
ahead, bring up third place man here. No, Adam Eisenhower.
Adam Eisenhower, Tim McBray in the booth. You got a copy?
Tim McBrayer, I sure do.
Adam, you look good tonight, buddy. I thought you was gonna pull that off.
Well, yeah, it was. I looked good early, and Rob Haynes and I, the 68, got into a little racing incident. It was ruled neither of our fault, but I probably shouldn't have pushed it 3 wide. So, apologies to him and congratulations to him. To come back and do that. I think there's some scoring issues going on. I think Rob is going to be awarded the winner of the race, as I think so.
Yeah, there's an issue there somewhere there. But I tell you what, Adam, I've watched you all night long, man. You've been great, and you're one of my favorites, and you know you are. And I tell you what, I can't thank you enough for doing what you did.
Well, thank you guys for doing what you do. It was a tough night going to the back and having to fight back up through, and then it just circumstances played out the right way in front of me. A couple accidents, and I had a feeling that 10 was going to do that there on the second last restart and spin him. And heck, I spun him with only one restart on my tires on the final restart. Almost ruined my race and put me into the wall, but. Yeah, it was a great race from start to finish. Rewarding to come back, and whatever I finish, I believe it'll be 5th is how it'll be scored. But an incredibly rewarding 5th place finish for me.
Well, I tell you what, buddy,
You should be third, Adam.
You're in third there, Adam.
Well,
it's
scored in 3rd, but there were a few black flags that were not cleared when the 10 got into that bad restart that wrecked everybody. So the 68 had a black flag that was not cleared, and I think the 09 had a black flag that was not cleared. So that's why it's showing me in 3rd, but I believe it's actually 5th.
We're going to say unofficial as of right now. How's that?
either way, I'm just happy to talk to you guys and get in the booth.
There you go.
Buddy, we enjoy you coming up here talking to us too there, buddy. I tell you, you got to buy your own thing.
Yeah, man, thanks to you guys. Thanks to ExtremeMotorsports99.com for putting on the series, and the admins who take time out of their nights to come in here and watch us race and officiate us racing, because it's not always an easy deal. Thanks to all the fans that are out there watching. Everything is appreciated. I got a new fan watching tonight. I think Rick and Kathy are watching, so I'll dedicate this win to Rick. He might be an iRacer sooner than later after talking to him at a family outing for a while. He seems to be into it, so I hope this gets him into it, then we can all race together.
I heard that, buddy, and it's a pleasure talking to you, Adam. And, man, you have a good one. We'll talk to you later, maybe next week.
I sure hope so, guys. Thank you. Have a good week. Have a good weekend.
You do the same, buddy.
All right, there you go. We're going to say, unofficially right now, 3rd place man right there. We're going to bring up the 2nd place man here. Again, we'll just say it unofficially, Tyler Hallman. Real quick, get a word in with him.
Tyler Hallman, this Tim McBray in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, Tim. How are you?
Well, I'm doing all right, Tyler. You doing pretty good too, huh?
Oh boy, talk about a turnaround, huh?
That was a turnaround, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really sure what I was going to have after qualifying. Really missed my marks and just didn't feel like I had the speed. And this thing just came alive in the long run, and I think I drove up to maybe 13th or 14th when that incident with the 81, I think it was. We were racing real hard, and then some netcode or something happened there, but I ended up going 2 laps down from that, man. And I just was like, you know what, I'm just going to fix it, get the whole car fixed as best we can with the pit crew, and get out, and maybe the long run car is still there, and then got real lucky on the restart. So I'm really, really happy. Really needed the points tonight.
You done good tonight, Tyler. I'll tell you what, man, to come up where you was at and come up to the track, like you did through the traffic, man, you done a great job. You got anybody you want to thank?
Yes, sir. Thank you, you guys up here at OSRN. You do a great job, and we all appreciate it. Thanks, Rick, and everyone here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Really competitive racing, almost in every car you get in. It's crazy how close we were running here tonight for a while. It was just like, you think you want to single out, and it's just so hard to do when everyone's so fast. Sponsor-wise, I got to thank True Blue Racing Parts for coming on board again this year, and FisherChampions.com, Advocare coming on, my teammate Bobby Tinch at Samson Motorsports, and send a shout out to Curtis. He's out in Vegas watching the sprint car races right now. And like I said, all the guys who ran me clean tonight, I appreciate it.
Well, we had a good time looking at y'all there, Tyler. And there you go, Joe. Tyler Hallman in second place. He done a good job.
Yes, he did. Second place, man, right there. Well, I'm going to bring up these 2 guys here, and I'm going to get a word in with them. First off, Davey Hendricks, which right now being awarded in the lead, but we're still going to get a talk with him. Davey Hendricks, Joy in the booth. Got a copy?
I do.
Well, I know it's a wild one, and I know it's it's not officially saying, but the ticker up here says that you're the winner, but officially wise, we don't know yet, and they'll get that. But I told Rick, I said, you know what, I'm gonna just bring them both up here and get a word in with them. What a wild finish, and hey, either way, you came up there to the front. You had a shot at this one.
Yeah, I got no practice this week. I had one clean lap in practice, one clean lap out of the 2 in qualifying. So starting this, I was in the back. I was not enjoying the first half of this race. It took me a really long time to try and find a groove or a line that would work for me.
Well, definitely found something. I mean, yeah, a little crunched up out there, but that's just a product of the car. But hey, you definitely look good. Like you say, which way this thing swings, you still had a good finish out of this race here tonight at Texas. Anybody want to thank?
I definitely got to thank you guys up here in the booth. Both you and Tim do a great job when it comes to broadcasting. I mean, I race in the series, and I'll still come back and watch tomorrow just to hear you 2 bicker back and forth. All the admins, Rick, Don, Andy, they all do a great job. My teammates, Mike Rominger, Darren Clement, Richie Evans, all really good guys. Without them helping me through the race and giving me advice, I never would have been able to even get close to the top 3, much less fighting for the win.
Hey.
But yeah.
Well, you had a good car, and you definitely was right there, man, the right time, right place. Again, congratulations on a good run tonight, Davey.
Appreciate y'all.
All right, I'll tell you what, and this guy here, I got a feeling with everything and all the dust clears and everything that he's going to be the official winner here tonight. Let's just bring him up. Rob Haynes, Joe the booth, got a copy?
10-4, Joe, go ahead.
I think when the dust clears and everything settles, man, officially you're probably going to be awarded a win here tonight because you came across that line. I know there's some scoring type of things, so we're just saying unofficial as of right now. But either way, wow, take us through that last restart there, putting it in the right place, right time to put this thing up there. And, hey, good run for you.
Appreciate it, Joe. 6th on the restart there, and I was watching the leader for the go signal there, and when he went and he turned right and collected those 2 cars in front of me, I didn't have nowhere to go. I mean, I went to the inside, and rather than making the wreck worse, I just kept to the inside and avoided it. I mean, I know there's going to be a lot of controversy around the first Rob Haynes Extreme Extreme 99 Extreme Motorsports 99 win, but man, I'll take it, and I fought hard. My fingers are still sore from gripping this wheel, and I had fun tonight. Thought I was down and out there early on, but managed to battle back, and
hey,
having fun, Joe.
Well, and that's all it's about, man. You got to have fun. You definitely, it was right there, right place, and hey, real quick, you got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, my 3 daughters and my son. Just the beer store. I mean, my paint job, Pat Rusha and Crazy Cajun Designs. He does a good job on my paint jobs, and appreciate that, and Extreme Motorsports 99 and OSRN for you guys broadcasting, and of course the fans. I appreciate the fans, and man, I've been looking forward to this first win. I've had a tough start with Extreme 99 here, and but I'm loving the guys I'm racing with and having fun, and hope this win sticks tonight, guys.
Well, I'll tell you what, Rick here, he's got the official results, and I got a feeling it's going to be in the favor there. But Rick, man, who's our winner?
Well, I tell you what, I want to keep you in suspense there just a little bit, just tell you a little bit about what happened. As we remember that one car that came over, took out Wimbish there, I believe there was another incident that took place. There was some flags that was thrown, some black flags that got jammed up on that last restart there. So, but the official results here that I'm going to give you, I can give you the basically the top 5 of the official results based on what I was told by the admins there. Rob Haynes, I believe tonight's going to be your first win, is it not?
Woohoo!
Huh? Congratulations.
Loving it,
to
Rick.
you,
Thank you,
yes,
man.
sir. Yes, sir. So Rob Haynes, that's the official winner of the tonight's race. Second place is going to go out to Davey Hendricks. Third place is going to go out to Tyler Holloman. The 09 of Bryce Senesac finishing 4th. And, of course, we've got the 86 of Eisenhower that's going to finish out in that top 5. That's the way the things kind of came out tonight with the way the flags flew. And I tell you, that's, you know, there's pros and cons to iRacing here and there, and sometimes those flags get caught at a certain way, but that's also a reason why we got about 3 admins up in the tower each week, up in the booth, watching over the series, just for little things like this, Joe.
Man, I tell you what, it was awesome there. So again, congratulations, Rob, pulling off the victory here at Texas.
Appreciate it, Joe. Tim, thanks for what you guys are doing, and Rick, I always appreciate it, man. It's nice to talk to you and hear your voice. And man, that was suspenseful there at the end, and a good race overall, man. Like everybody, very respectful guys racing in this league, and I'm having fun, and nice to get my first win, and hopefully it's one of many with you guys.
I had to tell you what, there you go, you have that, and I tell you what a wild one there to finish this one off here at Texas Motor Speedway, ExtremeMotorsports99.com, the Xfinity Series. Rob Haynes pulling off his first win, and I tell you, wow, that's all I got to say. What a thriller, what a race. We got any final words?
Great race. Go ahead, Rick.
No, you go right ahead, buddy. This is normally yours and Joe's show. I'll just finish her out.
I tell you what, Joe, we had a great race tonight. Congratulations to Rob. He done a good job, and it was a little controversy right there at the last, but I tell you what, Rick, your admin's done a good job there about figuring it out. And congratulations, like I said again, to Rob Haynes. He done a great job.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, Tim, Joe, this is one of those situations that, you know, no admin wants to be involved with having to make decisions, because sometimes some people are not scored the right way or the correct way, or they doesn't feel that way. And I tell you, it's one of them situations, even myself still to this day, when we've got to sit back and we've got to go back and watch the replay and watch it closely and look at the start-finish line. Watch who crosses and who doesn't cross and who crossed before the other person crossed. It just brings us sweat over your, all over you. And you're thinking, man, I just want to make sure I make the right call. I've got 110% faith in our admins. They do a wonderful job. They keep everything professional across the board. They're very consistent across the board. And I just can't say enough about our admins that we've got here under the umbrella of ExtremeMotorsports99.com. And I tell you, it includes our broadcasters up here in the booth. I hope tonight, coming up in the booth, you guys got a little educated. We talked a little bit about teams, what we're doing in Extreme Motorsports, and hopefully we answer some of those questions on why we're doing what we're doing and why we don't do what we do.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, it was an outstanding race, and it was a pleasure, and I had a lot of fun, man, sitting up here talking, because that's what it's about, sometimes getting educated on a lot of things. And like you said, Rob Haynes pulling off the victory. Well, folks, we're going to leave the big stage here, Texas, here tonight for ExtremeMotorsports99.com Xfinity Series. For myself, Rick, and Tim, and everybody here at Extreme and OSR Network. Again, everyone, have a good night.
Good night, everybody from Texas.